The big story that we're tracking at this moment in a massive escalation between India and Canada. Now, India has decided to expel 6 Canadian diplomats. The government has decided to also withdraw its High Commissioner in Canada after Ottawa linked him and some other Indian diplomats to the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Let me very quickly go across to my colleague Vishnu Shom, who is tracking the latest development. Vishnu, now this is going downhill really quickly.
Well, I think there's nothing really left of this relationship at this juncture. After India decided to withdraw our High Commissioner to Canada, along with 5 other diplomats who were accused by Ottawa of being persons of interest in terms of an investigation that they were doing in the Nijjar case, New Delhi has now gone ahead and expelled 6 Canadian diplomats, including the acting High Commissioner Stuart Ross Wheeler, Patrick Herbert, the Deputy High Commissioner, Mary Catherine Jolie, the First Secretary, Ian Ross David Treats, the First Secretary, Treatise, Mr. Adam James Chwipka, the First Secretary, and Paula Orjuela, the First Secretary. So essentially all of the senior diplomats in the Canadian High Commission have been asked to leave. Now, where the relationship goes from here onwards, we don't know. Canada belatedly says that they have submitted evidence to the government of India, linking India with a plot in which the Khalistani terrorist Nijjar was killed. India, of course, has denied any Indian involvement and has stated earlier on today that it was absolutely ludicrous for Canada to suggest that India's High Commissioner, who is the senior most serving Indian diplomat presently in service, is in some way, shape or form involved, as Canada has alleged, with this particular plot. So the choice of words by New Delhi today in an initial press conference, Ankit, I can tell you, is the strongest I've ever seen. I mean, language which has been used for Pakistan in the past in the context of terrorism. You know, we've seen a tone and we've seen language which is as direct as that, if not even more direct. There has also been a direct statement by India where we've said that this is directly linked to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's politics, his policies, his association with terrorist elements, the fact that you've got Khalistani sympathizers in his cabinet, and the fact that for vote bank politics, Canada is allowing all of this to take place.
Thank you, Vishnu, for joining us with this latest, in fact, escalation between India and Canada diplomatically. Let me also bring in at this moment Vikram Chaudhary, senior journalist, who's joining us at this moment from Canada. Vikram, thank you for speaking to us. I want to start by asking you, just give our viewers a sense of the reactions which are coming in, in the Canadian press and politics at large with what is happening between India and Canada. The kind of language that today MEA used against Canada, many are in fact equating it to the language India usually uses for Pakistan.
Absolutely. I think this new escalation has come at a time when many thought that perhaps things are getting better between India and Canada. Justin Trudeau has his own problems, which he has been dealing for last quite some time. His domestic political problems. Many thought that perhaps now he wouldn't like to get into any mess with India, but this has come as a surprise to many. Today is a Thanksgiving holiday in Canada, and many Canadians woke up to this news, especially Indian diaspora. They woke up to this news and they were very surprised. Let's remember there are 3 aspects to it. One, the investigation aspect, which is being conducted by RCMP, one of the premier investigating agency. The other one is the domestic political compulsions of Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau government is in minority right now. A couple of months ago, Jagmeet Singh, the NDP leader, withdrew his unconditional support, and the government is in minority. So right now, they say it's on ventilator. The government is on ventilator. Justin Trudeau can put the plugs on the government anytime. So right. This could be seen as something which he's trying to buy time. And there's been political pressure within his party as well. The caucus trying to say that Justin Trudeau needs to step down, and some other leader, they need to choose another leader who would lead them into the next general election, which could happen as soon as next spring. And the third aspect is the diplomatic aspect. So Justin Trudeau perhaps wouldn't like to get into it, but now India's tough stand on this makes his position a bit more cornered. And the third aspect is the diaspora. Last time when we saw this escalation between India and Canada, this wasn't that time. It wasn't that tough of a posturing from Indian side. But now it seems it's going to be more tough. And the result could be last time what we saw, the visas were not issued, the embassy and the High Commission officials were not working to the fullest, OCIs were withdrawn, the police clearances were not given. So this could affect the Indian diaspora who were in Canada. So their travel plans could get affected as well.
Vikram, thank you for joining us from Toronto and giving us an overview of how this is playing out back in Canada as India also has escalated. In fact, this row between India and Canada, diplomats have been expelled, and this is going to have serious repercussions, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about it, not just diplomatically between both the countries, but also on the Indian diaspora living in Canada. Moving on now, ahead of the upcoming assembly elections, the focus now has shifted to Maharashtra. Both the BJP and the Congress held important meetings on Monday to review the preparedness of their respective parties in the state. BJP Maharashtra core group meeting was held at party headquarters, while the Congress meeting took place at the residence of President Mallikarjun Kharge, with Rahul Gandhi in attendance.
The sources have clearly indicated to us that after the seat sharing had been finalized between the Mahayuti alliance in Maharashtra with Eknath Shinde camp of Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar's faction of the NCP, along with a few seats to be given to the MNS and also to Ramdas Athavale's party. Now it comes down to how the strategy should be formed to completely transfer the votes of the each political party to another who are fighting on different constituencies. In today's meeting, we've been told, as far as sources are concerned, that each region was discussed in this meeting. There was OBC and Maratha reservation issue that was also discussed in today's meeting, and there was shortlisting that was done about candidates who had been listed and was taken in that particular meeting by the Maharashtra BJP unit. Apart from it, Ashwani Vaishnav, who is the in charge for the Bharatiya Janata Party for the state of Maharashtra, he clearly will play a defining role in the further meetings as well. 16th of October is the date when the CEC of the Bharatiya Janata Party will be has been called in, and in that particular meeting, the final list will get approval, and certainly after that, in 1 or 2 days, the list can come out.
They're not ready to project Uddhav Thackeray, a key demand that he has made and conveyed to the Congress leadership as well as to Mr. Sharad Pawar. But that's something that the Congress hasn't been ready. But the lessons that they are learning is, of course, about infighting, about the fact that the rebel factor that took place in Haryana, and a host of other issues to deal with it. Because for them, they look at the Maharashtra government being built by the CBI ED, as Mr. Ramesh Chennitala pointed out to us. This is a government that was formed by using those enforcement agencies to break political parties, be it the Uddhav Thackeray, the Shiv Sena, or for that matter, the NCP. And it's in that backdrop that the Congress, having learned its lessons, is now going to tweak that strategy, pull up its socks, and try to put up a united face, as Mr. Chennitala pointed out to us, saying that there is going to be no infighting, and made it clear that the leader of opposition, as well as the PCC chief, even though they do some shadow boxing, this is nothing but really unity within the party.
Meanwhile, the BJP Central Election Committee meeting for the very important Jharkhand elections is now also going to take place on Tuesday at 5 p.m. That's the latest. In fact, now the BJP already in preparation mode for elections of Maharashtra and Jharkhand, while the discussion on Jharkhand is going to take place on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Remember, the expectation is that the state elections could be announced any day now, as far as both these states are concerned. We are slipping into a very short break at this moment. News and updates on the other side. Stay tuned. Once again, massive escalation and war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party government in the national capital and the LG office over financial powers of the MCD. Now, the latest flashpoint is over the financial powers of the MCD, where the Lieutenant Governor's office has said that the MCD appealed to the government of Delhi to delegate financial powers to it, and Saurabh Bhardwaj, the minister, kept the file pending. The Aam Aadmi Party has dismissed this as propaganda of lies and has said file was not processed even after approval of the minister. It was delayed at the verbal directions of the Lieutenant Governor. Let me go across to my colleague Ishika, who is joining us with more details at this moment. Ishika, how does this impact the common people and the functioning of the MCD?
Well, in fact, Ankit, this is regarding the absence of the standing committee in the MCD. Remember that the standing committee is, in fact, that executive body which actually has the powers to, in fact, to approve projects which are above 5 crore rupees. So, in fact, today, when the Lieutenant Governor has given this power to the MCD Commissioner, in fact, it has been cited by the Raj Nivas officials that it has been done so that, the solid waste problem here in the national capital can be solved. Because as per the Raj Nivas officials, they say that for the collection and transportation of the municipal solid waste, street sweeping, the contract in fact amounts to around 1,138 crores. So keeping that in mind, this approval has been given by the Lieutenant Governor today. Now here the Raj Nivas officials also in fact allege that the file was given by the MCD to the Minister, Urban Affairs Minister in the Delhi government, that is Saurabh Bhardwaj, on 5th of September. But it was only in fact sent today to the Lieutenant Governor after the approval of the Chief Minister. Now, in fact, we also have a response coming from the office of the Urban Development Minister saying that he, in fact, approved the file on the very same day that, was given to him, that is 6th of September.
Right.
In fact, he now alleges that it was in fact who have delayed the file and the Lieutenant Governor should take action on this. So certainly, between all of these war of words, it is certainly the people of the national capital who continue to bear the brunt. Over to you.
Thank you for joining us with all those details. Meanwhile, security has been beefed up at actor Salman Khan's residence after a politician and his close friend Baba Siddiqui was shot dead by Lawrence Bishnoi gang. Allegedly, nearly a dozen cops have been deployed outside the apartments in Bandra, where Salman Khan resides with his parents. Salman Khan has faced threats from the Bishnoi gang in the past as well. In the Baba Siddiqui murder case, the latest, the Mumbai police have so far arrested 2 shooters and an accomplice. They are all in police custody. The main shooter of the case is still absconding.
Tight security at actor Salman Khan's house in Mumbai days after politician Baba Siddiqui was shot dead, allegedly by the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. Mr. Siddiqui was known for his lavish parties and was a close friend of Salman. Salman Khan has reportedly been on the Bishnoi gang's target list over the 1998 Black Buck case and has received multiple threats. Warning shots were fired outside his house this April.
I am outside Salman Khan's residence Galaxy. Of course, security has been enhanced post Baba Siddiqui's murder here. As well, I'll just show you the security enhancement here. There are 2 tents that have been put up right after, the incident, right after Baba Siddiqui's murder. As you can see, there are at least about a dozen police officials who've been staying guard here since yesterday.
This video shows the aftermath of the Baba Siddiqui shooting, with locals and cops at the spot right after the incident. A man unrelated to Mr. Siddiqui, who was also shot, can be seen lying on the floor, with injuries to his left leg and a piece of cloth tied to stop the flow of the blood. Cops can be seen dispersing the crowd.
The Mumbai police so far have arrested 2 shooters and an accomplice. All 3 of them are in police custody till the 21st of October. The main shooter is still absconding.
Police investigation has revealed that Baba Siddiqui was shot under the cover of a Dasera procession and fireworks. A reconstruction of the killing made it clear how the shooters took advantage of the confusion and noise during the procession. The killers had apparently stationed themselves close to Siddiqui's waiting car. As he came and tried to get inside, they let off some device that covered the area in thick smoke. Many thought it was the smoke from the firecrackers, which also masked the noise of gunshots. Two of the arrested shooters have claimed that the third shooter, who is on the run, Shiv Kumar, was the leader of the pack and fired at least 6 shots at Mr. Siddiqui.
There are major stuff which has came into light, that there was a house where all 3 accused was staying from last 1 month. They booked this whole apartment on 2nd September last month, and then they planned all the things over here.
An NDTV bureau report.
Meanwhile, the other person who was injured when Baba Siddiqui was being shot at, Raj Kanodia, he spoke to NDTV. Listen in.
आवाज़ हुआ, मेरे को माहौल ही वैसा था कि जैसे पटाखे वटाखे लग रहे हैं, तो मुझे लगा पटाखे लगे हैं और मेरे पैर में मतलब मेरा पैर एकदम जम गया उस जगह पे, तो मुझे लगा कि पटाखा पैर पे ही लग गया है, लेकिन जब देखा तो खून निकल रहा था और फिर अचानक से भगदड़ मच गई और लोग बोले कि फायरिंग हो रही है। तो मैं अपने एक दोस्त के साथ लंगड़ाते मंदिर तक गया और प्रशासन के कुछ लोग थे, उन्होंने मुझे मंदिर के अंदर बिठाया और उसके बाद वो हॉस्पिटल तक लाया। बाकी हॉस्पिटल में उन्होंने पूरी हेल्प की हमारी।
US Space academics Darren Akimoglu, Simon Johnson and James Robinson won the 2024 Nobel Economics Prize for studies of how institutions are formed and affect prosperity. The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences has said this on Monday. The prestigious award, formerly known as the Stuart Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of Alfred Nobel, is the final prize to be given out this year and is worth 11 million Swedish crown, that is approximately 1.1 million US dollars. Meanwhile, the African cheetahs who have been kept in enclosures at Kuno National Park of Madhya Pradesh will be released soon to roam free in the wild. Official sources have told NDTV that in fact the decision is to release the cheetahs and their cubs has been taken as per recommendations of the Centre's Cheetah Project Steering Committee. These cheetahs will be released from their enclosures in a phased manner. At present, there are 24 cheetahs, including 12 cubs, in this national park, and the government is also in conversation with different countries to bring in more cheetahs in the country.